Good morning, heroes, and welcome back to another episode. All right, so today, like we said yesterday, is going to be all about heroics, trying to get some daily quests done, potentially, depending on what those are. Man, listening to you just go ham on that training dummy over there. Um, so I worked all last night. I was up until about 2 o'clock this morning trying to get weak auras to work um, in the way that we need for our Fire Mage. I think I got it done with the exception of two abilities, which I don't really care to mess with right now. But basically, the way I have it set up is it will track all the dots from this. If we get our Pyroblast proc, it'll be a big button over here. This right here is just saying that we have cremation up. There will be dots over here for Fireball, for Searing Brand, um, living bomb, and then when we can use cremation, it this will disappear because cremation will be going off. These are all of our buffs right here. I couldn't figure out how to get this one to stay glowing because like as soon as I go into weak auras, like it's not glowing anymore because I have the glow turned off, but I also have the glow turned off for all of them. Like if I go over to conditions, like I have it set to cooldown, not glow, and yet they're still glowing. Like everybody, it's off, right? It's the exact same on all of them. They're now all. Oh well, hold on. That one should be cooldown, edge on. Like that one should be glowing. You know what I mean? But like they all still glow, and I don't understand why. So I don't know. It is what it is. They're all glowing. But yeah, then I put my health bar and mana bar down here instead of having to keep track of this over here because we don't really need rage. We don't really care about runes. We don't care about energy because none of our stuff does it. In display, is it this one right here? Show glow. Oh, it is turned off there. Okay. I was trying to get it to where they would only pop up, or they would be permanently popped up and show me the cooldown like that, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna go crazy and waste more time on it. But when I tell you I was up until freaking 2 o'clock this morning trying to get that to work properly for it, it was driving me nuts. Okay, they should all be done now. There we go. To have it in one aura. It's fine. I have it set this way. I'm sure I could figure out the group stuff, but I spent so long trying to get that stuff to work. It was ridiculous. But all right, so we have our heroic dungeon. I actually just need to abandon all of this because these are no longer the dailies, so there's no reason to have these up. Get rid of all this. This one we're gonna keep. I don't need any dungeon quests anymore because we are level 60, so none of this matters at all. Boom. So that should be our only quest there. I'm not sure what I accidentally clicked that my mana is good. Oh, I buffed. That's why. So it looks like Felwood is our dailies today to get more boxes. And really what I want to do is try and get our gear score up before we really worry about boxes though. So we're going to go ahead and queue for a heroic dungeon. Boom. I did one last night just so I could test the build, see how well we do. And it was actually pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, we had some really OP dudes in our group. So that was absolutely insane watching their damage. Like I was doing like 60, 70k damage during a fight. I I would get up over 100 during a boss fight if I could get cremation proc. Excuse me. So that was pretty crazy. But the other thing too is like I would have people just in normal fights doing like 170k damage. It was it was insane. Now, granted, he was a melee DPSer that was using a shamanistic build while in Worgen form. It was so cool to watch. Yeah, what's it? So you were doing your fire chicken. Awesome. Let's see. Got 3 rerolls. Is there any skill down here we could just blip out of existence? I mean, there's not really any more skills. It's passives that I want. So basically got insta hot streaks. Nice. And I get a 40% crit on Starfire during one of the eclipse, so I basically got insta hot streaks. Nice. So the cool thing is Firefall, I think, is a little busted because I can pop this every minute and a half. That will give me instant hot streaks. Drac Crisp, even though it doesn't say so because it hits so many targets, it has a possibility of critting on hit, which gives me hot streaks. Fireball gives me hot streaks. Our crit now is 21% across the board, with the exception of fire at 25% crit. Our bonus damage right now is 934. Like, that is absolute insanity. But the thing is we want to find some WorldForged items until we can get better gear that might boost our stats as well. So nice. Sitting on 30 crit. That's where we're headed. It's just we got to get better gear that's going to give us more crit. That is where we are headed, is 30% crit. I forget what the hard cap on crit is, though. I need like 50 to 60 crit, then I'm cool. What's the... Do you know what the hard cap on crit is? I put this card to me, and it's the best crit talent I've seen. Demonic Tactics increases your critical strike champs by you and your pet wild imps by 2%. Yeah. At one point I had that. It just I think I ended up getting rid of Demonic Tactics. Gives 10% on max stacks. Nah. Like, it's definitely slightly better in terms of gear score for that belt, I'll bet, because it's a heroic dungeon versus just a standard item. But I don't want to give up the crit that our current belt has. I hate getting put to sleep. That's a healer's shoulder. Or any class that builds off of spirit, so. What's up, Sacred? The other problem, too, on tactics is I would have to redo this whole build to have a summon again, specifically the imp. And I think just because of the way I've rolled talents, I don't want to really risk having to start all over, level all the way back up to 60, and then do all the rolls again and hope to get those. If I was to build another class, I might go with that one. But yeah, tactics is a really good one. What I could do is get rid of something like I could probably get rid of this one. Yeah, I could get rid of Fiery Payback. And just keep rolling until I get something good. And then if I get any more Scrolls of Fortune, I can use those to roll until we get Imp, potentially. And then just run it that way. You know what I mean? Just like... Firepot Drone? That's just another AoE skill. Nice, Sacred. That's good, man. I'm happy to hear that. What? Why is my stuff not going off? It was working all fine last night. Now it's not working today. My macros broke. Why is my macro broke? We'll try it this way, maybe? Alright, that worked. Hit, crit, haste. We'd lose int on the front end, but we would gain a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see how bad our stats will change. Actually, everything goes up. Int still goes down, but we gain increased bonus damage. We gain more hit rating. Our haste rating goes up. Our crit goes up. Honestly, I think the only thing we lose is mana. Because we lose some int. Oh, they all left. Gormaw's Bite. Isn't that a melee skill? Yeah, requires a damaging rogue finishing moves has a 3% chance per combo point to consume. English this morning. Damaging rogue finishing moves have a 3% chance per combo point consumed to trigger Gormaw's Bite. Gormaw's Bite, your next damaging rogue finishing move, causes Gormaw to lash out, dealing 1,049 shadow damage and generating 5 combo points. Yeah, that would be devastating. All right. We are going to... Uh-oh. We're glitched. I love it when it does this. Slowly but surely, we're actually massively increasing our damage for fire magic. And I think we have the 2 best combos for AoE. Like, period. So, want a healer? I'm cryo healer, full heroic gear. Sure, man. Toss me an invite. I'm good with anybody wanting to join up. I'm still glitched. I can't leave queue. Oh. That was weird. I didn't see that guy. I moved stuff around, so I haven't been able to really pay attention. Alright, so then we can go ahead and queue for dungeons. We want to go turn this in real quick. And then grab another one. Problem is this box, no matter how many boxes I get right now, they're all going to be for level 55, which technically is higher level than me. So there's a chance that this stuff pops open something that would be great. That's agility and dodge. Not good for us. This is why, like, I really want to, I want to figure out, like, what heirlooms, not heirlooms, WorldForged items I could get that would be beneficial. I'm going to have to work on getting loot collector fixed at some point. Go on Bisbeard? Is that like just a website to go to? Let's go. Is that going to work for here? Season 10 classless, I guess. How do you get so lucky on rolls to get Fire Mage stuff? I would, Ludicrous, I wouldn't call myself lucky on that at all. Create first character. We're intelligence. We are a orc. We have Fireball. Why won't it let me select it? I have Cremation. What other skills do I have here? Living Bomb. Searing Brand. I then have that one. The heck is this one called? Oop, that's not what I wanted. Come back. Firefall. Okay. That's basically all the skills that I'm using. Oh, Pyro. I need Pyroblast on here. There we go. There's all my primary skills. Talents, autofill. Spell hit chance needed 17%. Sure. Spell penetration 60. Sure. I don't care. That's crafted. That's a world boss. That's superior, which means that's also crafted. That we can apparently buy. That's a world boss. Crafted, crafted, crafted. World boss. Mythic dungeon. Standard. Mythic dungeon, mythic dungeon. World boss. And it says I should be going staff, but that's not true. We should be doing dual wield so that we can get the increased spell power from having 2 weapons. Staff is 10% haste. It looks like I would have to go pick up tailoring and max out tailoring and enchanting again. So that I can craft, because a lot of that gear was showing crafted. Something was floating in the air. Did y'all see that? Huh. Whatever it was, it's not there now. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though, is I'm going to have to... So what we're going to have to do, then, while we wait for dungeons, is go here, go here. We need to unlearn leatherworking, sadly. Unlearn skinning, also sadly. And then we need to come here and we need to pick up Tailor. And we need to get Enchanter. And then we still need to reroll. Scorch. Reroll, yes. Oop, dang it. Whatever. No. That was even worse. Okay. And then, I mean, looking at it, Fiery Payback, melee and ranged attacks made against you have a 5% chance to disarm the attacker's main hand and ranged weapon for 6 seconds. When below 35% health, all damage taken is reduced by 10%. And your Pyroblast spell cast time is reduced by 1.57 seconds, while the cooldown is increased by 2.5 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and undo this one, because there's two things that I would like to do, right? is eventually we would be able to get Imp if we just keep re-rolling these. Eventually we will get the deal for Imp. So we could either get Demonic Tactics, or I would also like to get Blood Presence, the improved Blood Presence. This would also increase our damage by 10% total, I believe. So we're going to be re-rolling this for a hot second. And actually, I can go rapid re-rolling. I don't use either of those. We can take that off. Fire Arsenal. We can take that off. We can take that off. We're looking specifically for improved blood presence. And then we are looking for tactics, demonic tactics. We're looking for those two abilities constantly. And we want to get rid of butchery. Multi-skill spells may trigger all elements, but only once per cast. Dealing direct damage with a fire, frost, and nature spell within 10 seconds. Okay, so we don't do that. Elemental Reach does not help me. Spellstorm does not help. Maelstrom weapons. I just need these two. Pyro Shot. No thanks. It's good for a fire hunter. I have no idea what that means. While Starfall is active, the duration is increased by half of the cast time of your spells. I don't. No, increases the damage. I mean, that's fine. I'll take that. Continue. But now I got to go in here and see if there's any. Uh-oh. I might be glitched yet again. The amount of times I can figure out how to glitch stuff is hilarious. Because it's saying I'm supposed to get another roll because that roll just gave me an upgrade, but it won't let me get the roll. Because I think it's still trying to do the, there we go. Glyphs of Death's Embrace does not help me. So then we can go back to rapid re-rolling, click this, and rapid re-roll some more. I mean, that's hit chance, but right now we don't. Like, we've got plenty of hit right now. I don't think we've missed a single attack. Demonic Pack increases all of my damage done by 10%. Your summon demons, spell criticals, increase spell power of yourself, party, and raid members. We ran with this one, but I agree. I think increases critical strike chance for you, your tamed pet, and your wild imps by 2%. I think that's better, right? Because that's crit damage versus just overall damage. Some all damage increase by 10% no longer stack. You can have 5 hit on boots. Yeah. Oh, whoops. I already rerolled that. My bad. Because crit scales off your spell damage. Okay. Well, if it rolls again, we can pick it up. Critically striking with a direct damage spell increases your wild imps and summon demon critical chance. Oh, we don't have any summons. I mean, there's tactics right there. Increases melee and spell critical strike chance. So the question is do you want me to keep re-rolling this now because I've got a crap ton of cards to get the other one, or keep this one? Keep it? Okay. Let the tank pull. Ah, too far. And then, of course, I get massively silenced. That's the only thing I don't like about Drot Crisp or whatever it's called, is the fact that I can accidentally launch myself 8 miles away. I hate being constantly silenced. It's the worst part of this whole thing. I do no damage if I'm silenced. Downfall of one type of spell build. Silence means sitting there doing nothing. Yeah. I think I had Hand of Gul'dan at one point. What is he doing? Oh, I did not see that agility on there. Good lord. Plus, I'd lose all my spell pen and that stuff. No, thanks. Iniki Aritia? I hope I said that name right. Thank you for the subscribe. I really appreciate that, and welcome to the guild. Hi there. I just started playing a few days ago. Made a Stormbringer Maelstrom. It's really fun. What spec are you playing now? So we are on Darkmoon, so unfortunately we don't get our really fun Stormbringer, but I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying yours. Though that's probably going to be somehow I figure out how to make that kind of a build at some point. But right now we're playing a pure pyromancer, flame mage, whatever you want to call it, on the Darkmoon Wildcard server, and so far it is doing phenomenal. Yes, I know I've specialized a little bit too much. Like I said, I think I have some other spells that are not. Yeah, I have like Hand of Gul'dan in case I get silenced. Problem with this fight is here in a second he's going to do that where we can't do any damage. So if I tried to pop my big stuff on him, there's a point where he just doesn't take any damage. So strength, stamina, defense, that's a good piece of tank gear, I suppose. But yeah, I like trying to figure out how to do like purely one type of thing when it comes to wildcard. Because yeah, there's options where you can have like 4 skills that are all different classes or different styles, I guess you would call it. But yeah, so it's all 9 classes. Well, I guess technically 10 because you get DK skills too. And it's just designed to be completely random. You can re-roll your skills and things like that, but let's just pop this because it's going to be mass AoE, and then we can do this. And just keep throwing things. And the beauty is all of our stuff is up, so we're going to be popping it again so that we can try and get a mass cremation going. Start off with 1 fireball, pop all of our buffs. We got that. Now we need to get a couple more fireballs up. Pop Searing. Pop you again. Pop you. Hit this. And watch his health just absolutely melt. 24k crits, by the way. So we go look back at him. Cremation alone did 50k damage in the brief time he was alive. I'm not sure on that. Not sure on that. I don't know if Cold Snap does. Oh, it does. That's dope. Nice. Yeah. Cremation hit 3 times. Max crit was 24k. Minimum crit was 13k. Average just normal damage was 12k. So, and then Fireball did another 23 damage, or 23k. Because it was averaging 2,500 crit. Pyroblast hit total of 7 times for an average of 1.7. Jeez. Yeah, Cremation Man is arguably one of the fastest boss melting skills I've seen so far. Teleport out of dungeon. And we can rejoin as a party. And then we want to turn in Heroic Dungeons again. Nope, I don't want to give up the hit or the like. Yeah, we would get more int, we'd get a little bit more spell power, but we would be giving up the 8 hit rating. We'd be giving up spell penetration. I just don't think it's worth it. I heard they nerfed fell weapons to the ground. I don't know. I've never used fell weapons. And I haven't really been seeing anybody use fell weapons, to be honest. So you might be right on that. His Majesty Darkvale, not Drakvale, Darkvale. I did garbage damage on him. But like, here's what I just want to point out. I'm eye level 49 on that boss fight, right? Dude was eye level 63. And I absolutely obliterated all of his damage that he was doing here. It's spread out through so many skills. This guy right here, same thing. I think this was the tank though. Again, just a ton of skills doing things. But his primary 2 were these. You're the healer, and then this guy right here for DPS. I'm not sure. Those are good spells for the tank. Yeah, Hammer from Heavens, Consecrated Holy Weapons, Seal of Command. Yeah, I'm fairly confident these are great skills. I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, you know, people are like, oh, you know, I'm doing, like, last night when I was doing dungeons, I had one dude whisper me up until the first boss and tell me that my damage was too low because I wasn't running both of these. I was literally just trying to use Drakencrisp when things would be grouped up, and I would try and hit them in a wall, so I was trying to position properly, and I was throwing living bombs, so my damage was staying low. And then as soon as we did a boss, popped everything, and I was like at 170k damage. And then the guy was like, well, I mean, you're a boss killer. And I was like, yeah, that's my whole build. Like, my whole build is to melt a boss as fast as possible. So, I'm not going to sit here like, don't get me wrong. You know, a lot of people are saying that the Shadow Archer is one of the strongest builds. I'm just pointing out the fact that in that last fight, on a boss, you know, I did, where does it show my overall damage? Compare. No, it's not going to work. Like, I did 98.8 thousand damage, primarily because of 2 skills. And our Shadow Artillerist had 1, 2, 3, 4, call it 5, 4 skills: Dark Arrows, Shadow Artillery, Blood Arrow, and Shadow Shot, and did 54. So I beat them by almost a full 50k in the however long that fight took. 20 seconds. So, all right. Well, I don't know if we can go anywhere to quickly start farming up. Yeah, like farming up stuff. Ritual of Souls, reroll that. See what we get. Burst of Thorns is gross. Because we need to go somewhere where there's plenty of humanoids. And we're needing to get a bunch of linen cloth so that we can start getting tailoring up. I don't want to... Well, I guess we can try. Yeah, I didn't think so. Because Duelist Gloves you get for free when you roll a certain skill. It just automatically gives you those. Why you would want to use them, because they don't rank up, they don't level up, as far as I can tell, unless maybe when that skill ranks up, the offhand ranks up. I don't know. But you have to have them for a specific skill. Trying to think of a spot I can go to. I mean, I guess we could go... I don't know. I don't know where to go, guys. I like how it says my aura of experience is still running.
What can I help you with?
I'm going to need you. I don't need you anymore. Keep the wool cloth. Keep this. I guess I could start selling this stuff just for money. Yeah, I'm just going to sell this stuff for money. If we change specs, at this point, in order for us to change specs, we're going to be re-rolling a whole bunch, so... You know what? I think I know of a spot. Because, like, I don't want to go where people are going to be questing a lot. Because I don't want to interrupt people from being able to quest. Those are good, but yeah, okay. I already read that one. Hi, I was viewing a video about Draconic Pyro you made, but it's 11 months ago. You have an update one or planning to do one? It just depends, Manu. Like, I would love to. The problem is that server takes so long to level up. And trying to get all 21 classes leveled up so that I can do more build videos is daunting, to say the least. What I could do is use their build calculator and just show you how I would potentially build it for each one. True, I get that you get heirlooms, but it's just... I don't know. It's a little bit more difficult than this server, where once you prestige, I mean, it is insane fast and you can do multiple builds. But I mean, I can definitely go back and start redoing those. I'm looking forward to doing a pyro after building this guy. And I think I already have a pyro going, so I just need to finish getting my Stormbringer to 60, and then I can go from there. What's up, Japsalot? How's it going, boss? Here, out heal all that damage. No. Enjoying the Ascension for the first time. Nice. Glad to hear that. Please, I'm doing research for a friend that wants to play a Pyro Draconic. We do PvP and he wants to make big damage. Doesn't like dots. I'm trying to help him, but dealing with my class right now. I feel you. Darkmoon is the wild card? Yes. Yes, it is. See, after wiping out all of these guys, we've literally only gotten 3 more freaking cloth. Yes, everything you see here we've rolled. It's taken us several prestiges to get it. By getting cards so that we were guaranteed to get certain things, and um, uh, then just getting lucky on a lot of rolls. It does have DK. Yes, Manu, you are able to hit me up at Hello Heroes Guild on Discord. I tried to make it as super simple and made everything the same on YouTube, Twitch, and Discord so that people can easily find me. I think it's sad they've kind of butchered all of the piano specs. What do you mean piano specs? I'm confused on that, Petonus. Lots of buttons. I don't know. I think what people are wanting them to do is just get it to where um it's got more limited uh buttons simply because people are not wanting to click a lot. I feel like this class has a ton of buttons between my buffs, my actual rotation. Somebody's probably going to be mad because this is actually a part where people can come to finish up a part of this quest, but trying to farm stuff. If people can't smash their face on a keyboard, be top 2 PS, they ain't happy. I don't know. I would disagree. I think a lot of people prefer just doing. I forgot to grab the heroic dungeon thing again. Um, I feel like, oh, that's a rare. What? Dang, that's nice. I like multi-button rotations I use to play Feral Cat and rather. Got you. Okay, yeah, no, I get you on that. I like some simple stuff, but I also like some blood and guts stacking all bleeds in the world. You can definitely do a bleed build, Petonus. Um, so like with the DK, like specifically if you were to do like a DK warrior style build, there's a lot of bleed damage that you can do. Area of effect damage. I mean, it's insane. Like you have like dusk thirst, dawn thirst, mana thirst. All these are going to be the same. They increase their damage based on how many bleeds you have up on a target. You obviously have lacerate an enemy, which increases or adds bleeding. Viper's Bite, which is Ranger for bleeding. Mangle, which is bleeding for the kitty cat if you wanted to go that route. Hunger for Blood, which doesn't require you to be in shapeshift, but you could use it. Permafrost Wound. Another bleed there. Umble Runes. While you're in shadow form, your deep wounds deal shadow strike damage. Oh, nope, don't want to use that one. Deadly Bite if you've got a pet. Adds bleed. I mean, there's a lot you can do to get bleed going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so much. There's a lot you can do. And just because you have DK skills does not mean you can't use daggers. How many am I at now? I need a lot more than that. There's a lot of skills, Ja, that you can get combo points without needing daggers or technically rogue abilities. Oh, aw. I was hoping that was another rare. Wow, it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these dungeons. This lightning mage I'm doing right now, the rolls are pretty good. I kind of don't want to reset it. That's how I feel with this fire mage. That's why I've started doing some heroic dungeons. If I decide to reset anything to help with this build, it's 100% I'm going to be oh, so much going on. What am I, silenced or something? What the heck is going on? There we go. Yeah, hemorrhage. But yeah, that's why I'm not wanting to re-roll the Fire Mage, because I've got him in a pretty gosh darn good spot. If I re-roll anything at this point, it's going to be just so that I can get more, like, level up our tailoring and enchanting and work on a new build. Like making the like I said, I saw a fire shaman that was pretty dope. Let's just spam Hand of Gul'dan. Except for I keep getting interrupted. A pumpkin bag? That's fun. I wasn't even going to try for DPS on that one. Gate. Open. Hello. Why do we have another person in tank form? I don't understand that. Oh. Is he not doing Hand of Gul'dan imp build? I don't know. He has a big demon out. So, I mean, technically he could still be running both, so I'm not really sure. Oh no, he's just changing into all sorts of demons. What the heck? Those are healer gloves. I'm not sure what build the other guy is doing. It looks like Hand of Gul'dan. Yeah, he's just doing Hand of Gul'dan and Fire Imps, from what I can see. We'll have to wait for a boss fight so I can see what all of his rotation is. I've been charmed. I've been charmed again. I'm never going to get to do damage. The other form is a nice cooldown button called Hellfire form. Oh. Didn't know that. Songbird Blouse. Haste rating, expertise rating, attack power, spell power, PvE, int. I would lose some int, but I'd gain attack power. I'd lose my crit for hasten and now. Skill card rune tap. Sure, I'll need on that. Whatever. He has way more wild imps than I do. Holy cow. I get 4. It looked like he had 8 of. Unless there's a way to get what you call it? Nope. Instant casts on that. And I'm just not familiar with it. I would gain more crit and more spell power, but I would lose int armor. Spirit, I don't mind. Spell penetration. Casting damage has an unleashed mystic volley, causing chaos damage on everyone in combat. If I can get 3. I don't know. I'll need roll on it. See if that actually boosts our. Because, like, we're now at 31% with every buff that we have in here. That's insane. Yeah, I'm starting to think he's got some. Let's see. He can cast it 2 times. Hand of Gul'dan. Okay. I don't understand why my skills are not hitting this guy. Like, I get he's knocking me down, but that can't be why I'm not actually doing anything to this dude. Oh, following the bear. Get rid of your stupid absorb shield, you punk. Probably a mistake to do it on this guy, but especially since I didn't have cremation, but whatever. In theory, they should all be back up by the time we get to the next boss, hopefully. Excuse me. The only thing I wish is that I could tell it where I want this to go, kind of like Draconic Leap. Hit haste, we'd gain more spell power, more int. It's so weird to see a piece of gear have agility and int on it. Alright, we're gonna save all of our cooldowns for the demon when he spawns. We're on Wildcard. Dang, I didn't even get to do all of my stuff. That sucks. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna need roll on that. And hope that we get the dagger. That would be nice. I don't need these quest items. Yeah, buddy, we got the dagger. Alright, so that can replace this, hopefully. There we go. Now we just need to replace this one because this one's agility and doesn't really help us except for the hit rating. But this one right here, spell power by 48, PvE power by 48, int, spirit, stamina, the whole 9 yards. That's great. And that's strength. Don't care. We need to keep the rune cloth. Any cloth material at this point, we are 100% keeping because we're gonna end up needing it. And we're gonna head back over to Orgrimmar because I was a dum-dum and forgot to grab the quest for heroic dungeons since we're running that because that's just free gear until we're out of the ability to run more of those. Let's go look at this guy. Fight was 26 seconds long, and this dude primary damage was Firebolt from his Wild Imps, Shadow Waste Bolt, Emulate, Hand of Gul'dan was okay, and then Shadow Artillery. I don't know. Fell infused attack. Still 8.3k damage for this guy. Fire Slash, Melee, Cinder Strike, Dark Intent, Cinder Strike, Pyroblast. Looks like a lot of people are doing fire damage, man. I'm happy to see it, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, man, I thought I was being unique with the fire build here. Hopefully it's not an instant queue. Ah, it's an instant queue. Oh, it's because I'm apparently in combat? There we go. Ugh. Who left? Why? Why would one leave? The easy dungeon, man. Yes, I did test it out, and it's garbage. It doesn't actually increase your damage. It makes Fireball take a little bit longer to cast to do basically the same damage. There we go, Houndmaster. It's not going to be a big cremation on there, but there we go. It still did some damage. Hey, spell power, spell pin. I'm going to need roll on it because it's going to replace our bind on account or heirloom gear. And that right now is the name of the game. Replace all of it. Get some mana up. I like when we have really good tanks and really good healers. This makes doing dungeons so much easier. Oh, boss fight time. Dang it. Come on. Ah! I knew I should have just stayed out here. Stupid silence. See, I'm thinking about doing that too next time I have to, or next time we re-roll. It's a two-handed weapon with spell power and agility. Shaman? Um, but if I do end up prestiging again, I am thinking about changing factions just so I can do the alliance starting zones because we haven't done those yet. So I would really like to get over to Pale Reach since it doesn't seem like they're ever going to release the Horde one. You want to come to the Horde side? All I can say is for the Horde. Well, where'd our healers go? Boop. Leave party. There's noises. All right. Almost to the command board so that I can get the heroic dungeon queue again. Come on. Load up. Thank you. Critical strike, attack power. That does not help us at all. And the other reason I would re-roll at this point, aside from trying to learn to build something else, is going to be to do or to help max out enchanting and tailoring. I normally main Horde, went Alliance for a change. It's been fun though. I'm ready to go back. I feel you. I mean, for me, the neat thing about like the Horde Alliance stuff is when I first started playing World of Warcraft back in vanilla, the guild that we joined was strictly Alliance because in retail you can't have cross faction, or at least at one point you couldn't. I don't think you still can, but I could be wrong on that. I haven't played retail long enough to figure that out with the new expansions. Um, but we we were Alliance, and I remember playing human, and that was back when if you wanted to do a dungeon, you needed a warlock to summon people, or you needed to get to the summoning stone with a couple people in order to get people to be at the dungeon. You couldn't just LFG it. You know what I mean? Or be like, hey, we're gonna go do this dungeon and basically just teleport to it. So you had to know where the dungeons were. You had to know how to get to said dungeon in the least frustrating way possible. Typically, you had to have multiple people helping you do it. Um, and if you were Horde and you were wanting to go do things like Stockade, good luck, bud, because you had to go into Stormwind to get to Stockade. So there were some dungeons that were either impossible to get to or just not worth the effort to get to it. I remember being Horde for the first time and trying to go do Wailing Caverns, or not Wailing Caverns. That's gonna bug me. It's the one with the Defias people in it. Um, do, 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 do. Dead Mines. So taking a Zeppelin and then running forever to get to it with two people and hoping not to run into a bunch of higher level alliance characters. I mean, it was odd to say the least. Would I try a fire healer? Probably not. If I go healer, I want to try and figure out a way to make some kind of like melee healer. I want it to be like the primalist healer. I already told the devs they need to give us better cultist skills, because all the cultist skills they gave us on here are they're basically fears or tank bubbles. Like they're not really anything useful. Melee healer is only surgeon. Increased healing effective field surgeon. Your allies increases healing received from your field surgery, and then dark surgeon. Rogue finishing moves apply surgical treatment per combo point. Premeditation now grants 1 additional combo point and can be used out of stealth. Heals each second. Oh, nope, that's not what I want either. Like this right here requires me to be within melee range, right? Create a seismic wave of healing water around you, healing for 133 to up to 8 allies, dealing nature damage to enemies. But like I want more of this kind of stuff, or I want. Oh, y'all left me behind. I was sitting here chitter chatting. Um, like there's a ton of stuff that I want to do, but I don't know if I'm able to do it in here. Ran Atonement and was getting instant cast Holy Fires. Yeah. No. I lose way too much to put those gloves on. I like how I flew and then still got knocked back. I think if I was to do a normal dungeon with a low level tank, probably anything below 50. I bet with the amount of AoE I'm doing now, I could probably pull off of one of them. The tank I'm with can't hold aggro after one chain lightning. It's rough. Yeah, that's one problem I have with lower levels is the people that are like, "Oh, I'm definitely a tank," and then they're definitely not. Dang it. I forgot this guy splits. I shouldn't have used all my cooldowns. Trinket, hit rating, crit strike, poison effect. I mean, I'm only need rolling on it because I don't have any good, like, I have bind on account trinkets or heirloom trinkets, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, low levels like I didn't start trying to tank dungeons until I was at level 20 to 25. And that's because I was waiting to try and get something that was going to let me hold aggro better. Yeah. Well, on COA, yeah, the tanks over there are balanced in a way that by level 15 you can tank. Are you going to do big pulls? No. But you can at least tank. I just realized our tank's name is Harry Daughter, and he's out DPSing everybody. Whew, look at all that. Blade of the Titan, strength, two-handed weapon. One with the light, yeah. Probably. As much damage as he's doing, like, geez. I haven't collected that. Is anybody else, anybody gonna need on that, or? Screw it. I'm gonna say need. I don't care. Oh, like, everybody need rolled on it. Sadly, I didn't win. All of our buffs are up and ready for this boss fight, so let's just see how fast. Pop everything. I'm not even going to get a full rotation on this guy. Yeah, I was missing one in that entirety. Mm, who's needing it? Because I ended up winning the Heart of Noxion, if that's what they're talking about. Oh, well, the tank's not here, so... Alright, he left. Alright, whatever. Teleport out of dungeon. I was gonna give it to him, but... Well, I was gonna give it to him. The only reason why I need rolled on it is because I've got two stupid, uh, heirlooms on right now. Delete. So the only reason why I was need rolling on it was just to get rid of heirlooms at this point. Plus, it had hit and crit on it, so... Jeez, this is the slowest I've ever gotten stupid linen cloth. I'm just gonna hearth back to town real quick, so that we can turn this in and get our box. Yeah, I know that, but I don't know. I don't know. Had he not left the room, I would have given it to him or the other guy. But they left the room, and I wasn't gonna go track him down just to hand him the thing. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I stole it. That's agility. The one we have is int, so... I'm just gonna go sell all this stuff. We'll do what what tailoring I can do with all this, which isn't gonna be a whole lot. Here. Enchanting. Disenchanting. And tailoring. There we go. Alright. Ask me later. Create all. Oy, dang. I'll bet you anything I'm gonna have to do like high risk for the best enchants and patterns for tailoring, which is gonna suck because I hate doing high risk stuff. Ring of Law. Easiest one. Hey, we played with vanilla just a little while ago. Oh, I'm slowed. Interesting chess piece. What the? Okay, I thought that was a solid wall right there. I did not realize that that was going to drop me off on that backside there. Oh, stupid fear, but that's okay. I've got dots on you. I still get damage. Pass. Nope. I do like the fact that we have somebody in here in serpent form. I think that's pretty dope. I need to check and see how many marks of heroism or whatever it is that we have. Because I might be able to just start buying a couple pieces of gear too. BG is cool in Ascension? I think so. I'm terrible at it, but I think they're cool. Nah, people convince me to go do PvP sometimes. I am super bad at it, but people seem to like watching me be bad at it, so Did we already fight giant rock dude? I don't remember seeing him. Oh no, 1000%. They just want to watch me get frustrated and and rage at the game. That cremation's not going to do a whole lot of damage, but we'll throw it anyway. You think Blizzard will shut this down? Yeah, they'll definitely shut it down. 100%. They're already in the process of doing so. But like, if you go watch the video they did for season 10, it implies that they are in the process of doing something. And I have a feeling they're working already on another server so that as soon as this one has to shut down, they'll be up and running pretty quickly with a new server that will be very similar. I mean, that's the implication that we've seen so far. So, but it's not like the dev team is going to come out and say if they are or not. It's just the way they did the season 10 video really implies that something's coming. Idol of Ferocity, not good for me. Ooh, where are you going, bud? There he is. Did you see someone made a petition to have Blizzard license Ascension? Yeah, they did the same thing, kind of, sort of, when Turtle Wow was going through the same problem. And Turtle Wow even came out and said, hey, tell us what we have to pay you, and like per month or per year, and just make us licensed product. Tell us what we're doing that's offending you, and we'll change it, and you just make us a licensed mod, right? And Blizzard went, no, we're not doing that. So here's the thing. Like, if you read the lawsuit, their biggest complaint so far, anyway, is that Blizzard is saying that because people are so dumb, their words, not ours, they are going to mistake this for real World of Warcraft content. And because they'll mistake it for real World of Warcraft content, they could have a bad experience here and believe that that's going to be a bad experience for regular World of Warcraft. That is, in a nutshell, what the lawsuit states. There's a little bit of paraphrasing there, but that's it. They're mad because these people are making money on product. They stole the IP, which, whatever. And they're basically saying, hey, people are going to get so mad if they have a bad experience here that they are needing to shut this down as quickly as possible. Jeez, my thing completely broke, and it said I was at 4 stacks, then went down to 1 stack. Shield, but we don't need a shield. Teleport out of dungeon. We gotta go turn this in real quick so I can get my next box. Hold on to this. Turn you in. I like how this is not going down. So I'm able to complete this infinitely at this point. Let's see. Crit haste, spell power. What's my hit at right now? 5%. We're not trying to do raids yet, but still. And this is a Healy piece too. Direct healing a target below 50% makes them 10%. Yeah. Does that help us at all? I mean, I like the crit and haste on it, But like right now, our crit is 30%, 34 with fire, so we're critting pretty good right now. All right, at the rate we're going, I should be able to do one more dungeon, potentially two. Wait, I can't. Oh, I was like, why? I guess I got too far, even though her inventory was still up. That's weird. Come on, tank. I like the green bear. I saw someone doing a fire chicken the other day, and I thought that was really cool. That's kind of the way I envision this build happening to go, is Boomkin with all fire spells. But apparently not. Arcades. I forget which one that is. The fire chicken? Yeah. Well, I just figured I was going to have Boomkin just because of the, like, the issue with mana that we were having in the very beginning. Because I wasn't grabbing life tap, so I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have Boomkin so that I can get the stuff on there. I was debating on going fire chicken. Yeah, I don't know. People are saying it's pretty gosh darn strong. Tank, I need you to pull a whole bunch of stuff so I can pop some AoEs, man. Ah! Last 4 levels. Nice! The fact that we have to go all the way through the dungeons in heroic mode is weird. I'm gonna guess not yet. Nope. I gotta be item level 58 or higher. Still working on it. Currently, we are 54, so I'm 4 points away. Meh. I'm sure you're right. It's just the gear that we've been getting has not been beneficial in any aspect to what we're trying to build. Increase hit, increased spell power. We would lose some crit though. And we'd lose some stamina. True. I mean, we could probably do mythics tomorrow. Or wait, no, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday. We won't be streaming tomorrow because I've got bowling tomorrow night and I've got work in the morning. So, unfortunately, we will not be streaming tomorrow. Click U. And watch the boss health melt. I guess technically we're done with the dungeon. I was not expecting to fly halfway across the map on that one. I'm just gonna say need roll. If it's a tailoring or enchant, I'm just gonna say need on all of it. I don't know. Everybody I see in our party is doing a ton of damage. Like every run we've done. Including myself, because I'm so happy that we are. I don't know. Once I get back from bowling tomorrow, I can look at trying to get some more gear, and then that way we can try and do some. We get cremation on that guy for free. Robes of Insight, mana, spell power, cost of your next spell within 10 seconds by up to 500 mana. And then PvE, we'd lose a bunch of crit strike though. Screw it. I'm gonna say need on those. What does my crit go down to? Oh, not bad. We lost 1% crit. Alright. I'll take it. Can we just pull the whole room so that I can mass AoE this way? There. I want Wrath to be used in cat form. That would be pretty dope, actually. I agree with you. Find a way to get it to be an instant cast. Held in offhand. If we had Titan's Grip, we could go staff and an offhand weapon, offhand item. I like the fact that we are taking out like every boss though. I want to say that there is the issue that we would run into is with Titan's Grip, if you're going to wield a staff, you can only have like a book or like a lantern. It has to be specifically an offhand, I guess, weapon is the category. Why not? No, I mean, we'd get our hit rating back. We'd lose some haste, which is meh. Spell power would go up. Spell pin would go down. I mean, dual wield for caster. That's what we're doing right now is dual wielding. If we get the gloves, we'll throw them on. That's pally gear right there. Okay. Oh, I got stunned mid-air, really? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Being stunned is so great. I love it. It is the greatest feeling in the world. What would be weird? Lots of things would be weird, but what specifically are you referring to? Healer doing more damage than you? I wouldn't find that weird at all. I know on Bronzebeard they had a DPS priest healer that was really strong. I just wish I knew how to recreate maybe that on here. Maybe I don't go like the primalist cultist healer from COA and we figure out how to do a ranged spellcasting healer priest like on Bronzebeard. That, like, I don't know. We may have to go figure out what skills. It may be something that was specific to Mystic Enchants that made it do that. And if that's the case, we may not be able to do that on this server. All right. Normally, I would focus ads on this, but I am going to focus just the boss. Come on, let me get Pyroblast off. There we go. There you go. I'm telling you, man. Cremation is the deadliest boss killing mechanic in the game. Like, I have not seen anyone have a singular skill that can do what cremation does yet. Oh, it's a headpiece. Never mind. I thought that was a ring. No. Two-handed weapon. Can't really do anything with it. Two-handed mace. Can't really do anything with it. And now we have another two-handed weapon here. What time is it? 10:42. In theory, we may have time for one more. Teleport out of dungeon. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It just depends on how fast the queue can go. And that's a strength piece again. Keep that. White Walker can do more crit. Probably. I mean, right now we're at 35 crit, fully buffed. Forgot to grab that again. Hit this. Join his party. I could have sworn I grabbed it, but I guess I didn't. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's not taking away any... Like, I guess I could just do these infinitely? 20k crit with Cone of Cold and 30k deep freeze with right gear. Yeah. But see, is that just to ask, 20k crit with one hit, right? And deep freeze is also one hit, right? They're not dots. Am I correct with that? Right, but they're AoE abilities that only do one hit. They're not AoE abilities that do dot damage. Or am I incorrect? Are those dot damage builders? Because the thing with cremation is, yeah, it may hit one target, but if we're talking a boss, I only need to hit one target. I don't need to worry about adds to do mass damage. So I get cremation on a boss, I'm getting per tick anywhere between 15 and 20k. And it hits what, 5 times? Oh no, people had pets. Pets are gonna pull. Like, I agree for dungeons, dot damage probably not all that great, but I mean, I'm sitting pretty good on damage with primary skills that do dot damage. But when we get to a boss, I haven't seen much. If I can get all of my procs off, I haven't seen much that catches me. I'm just saying. Yeah, and theirs would last a lot longer too with deadly poison. Because isn't that like 30 seconds? Goodness gracious. Meow. Magisters. It's a wrist, and it's not that great. Stop giving me ring icons, because then I get excited, because I also need to replace basically both of these rings. But I need another trinket. And those are the last... Oh, and necklace. So we need a necklace, a ring, and a trinket, and we'll get rid of all of our heirloom gear on here. I don't want to use my... Oh, well. Now we can, because it pulled everybody. And kaboom. I'm glad that got lined up the way it did, because that could have been dangerous. No, I mean, like, I'm not going to beat whoever this is. I don't know if that's the tank. No. This dude's melee and has kitty cat. So I'm probably not going to beat him in an AoE battle, but I'll bet you when we get to a boss, I can beat him. Let's jump this way. Might be a little late for that. Blacksmithing, leatherworking. So we're just going to greet on all those. Oh, this is going to suck. Need roll. Oh. I got turned into a frog mid-air. What? I think the other thing too, when I get home tonight, I'm gonna work on getting loot collector fixed. I think somebody sent it to me on Discord, the new link for it, so we'll go look at that. Not really sure how I got knocked over, but alright. Alright, I just need Pyroblast up. There we go. Another Pyroblast. There you go. Cremation did 92.2k. Like, what else do I gotta show you that this build, this one skill, is busted? Wait, what did he say? That's that Healy belt again. But yeah, if I am fully buffed and I can get all my stuff up, like, you're not you're not pulling from me, man. Or you're not out DPSing me on a boss. It's just not gonna be possible. Now there is one dungeon I would love to do in heroic, because if you complete it in a certain way, you get a mount, and that's the newer dungeon. The what is it? The troll one, the path to the other side, I think is what it's called. Oh, I got turned into a frog. I did not realize that was a boss. Otherwise, I would have popped some stuff there, but all good. No reason to do anything else. Boom, got all those achievements. Nice. Agility. Nope. I'm not need rolling on it. It keeps wanting to give out healing gear though. I have no idea, man. And sadly, I'm gonna have to go here in a minute. I got shrunked. Eh. Incoming! You know what sucks about doing full dungeons? Oh no. I have rebirth. Yeah, the big problem is gonna be all these guys. Oh, healer went down. That's gonna be a wipe. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to call it there, guys, because unfortunately I have to get ready to head to work. Um. Let's see. I wish y'all luck. GG's. All right. Click us. Leave party. Sadly, we're not gonna get that completion, which is a bummer. But it is what it is, and we're gonna take a freaking dungeon deserter, which sucks as well. But it is what it is. Oop, it is what it is. So, Yeah, I mean, we're doing phenomenal. As you saw, I mean, we pulled threat off of a tank with cremation. Like that is awesome. But yeah, so I will catch you guys not tomorrow, but on Wednesday. We will be back Wednesday. Wait, hold on. What's today? Is today Monday? Yeah. Today's Monday, so we won't be streaming tomorrow because we've got work in the morning and then we've got bowling tomorrow evening. Same, Hunter. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Um, but we've got work in the morning tomorrow, then we've got bowling in the evening, and then Wednesday we'll be back for Wednesday evening, Thursday evening, and then Friday and Saturday all day unless something pops up where I need to go take care of some stuff. But that's kind of the game plan for basically this entire month. So I hope to see you guys there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are so you can see when I go live. I try to stream for at least 2 hours every day, with the exception of our days off where we try to do longer streams. If there is a build that you want to see us try, if there is something over on COA you want my opinion on, don't hesitate. Ask it in the comment section. Hit me up on or on Discord. I try to check all of my messages, guys. If I miss something, I do apologize, but I do try to check all of them. But I will see you guys Wednesday. Thank you so very much. Stay safe out there. Be loved. But as always, stay legendary, heroes. Peace out.